And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting Saturday Night Wine Stream and another exciting episode of Drink with Rick. I'm Rick, and tonight, well, I had to do a quick switcheroo here at the last minute because originally I was going to, they're both red wines that I had in place, but the one that I was going to review was one that I forgot that I actually reviewed before, but it was one that I reviewed a couple of years ago. And it had been a while. So, when you do 256 or what's now 257 episodes, sometimes it looked familiar. The wine looked familiar. And I started to set it up, and I thought, we'll do this wine tonight. But then, at the last minute, by accident, I found out that I'd already reviewed it, or an earlier vintage of it. So I said, I don't want to do that again. So I picked another wine. It's one that's been waiting in the wings here. So this one I think should be very interesting. Both these wines are French wines. So this one right here, it wasn't that much of a switch, I guess. Just the grapes. But anyway, it should be fine. We're going to go ahead and review this wine. I've never tried this one. We're going to pair it with some food, and then we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to toast some national days, and a few national days to toast. And we're going to make a pizza, a pepperoni pizza. Wait, no. We're going to make a pepperoni pizza on the show, but this isn't just any pepperoni pizza, and I'll talk about it a little bit later in the show. I'll spring it on you. I'll surprise you with it. It should be very interesting. All right. So if you're joining me for the first time or the 257th time, because this is, as I mentioned earlier, the 257th episode of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine Stream, this is a stream of consciousness kind of show, and it's that way for a reason, because the show's not about me. The show's a little bit about the wine and the pizza and all that kind of stuff. I almost gave it away, didn't I? Yeah, almost. But the show is really about you and me getting together on a Saturday night, kicking back and just having a great time. And that's why it's a stream of consciousness kind of show. Because, I do have show notes here, but this isn't scripted. And this is not a scripted show. But I do have some prep that I do for the show, such as it is. But that's the thing. This is really an off-the-cuff show because that's why the chats are here. Because you direct the show. You direct the show in the chats. So get in the chats and start directing the show. And just chat with me tonight. Because that's what it's all about. This show is about just getting together, kicking back with our favorite libations, our favorite snacks, whatever they are, and just having a great time. That's all. Now, the two rules here. We don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion on the show. We talk about things that bring people together. And it's a family-friendly show, so we want to keep it that way. So just, with that in mind, let me show you where you can get on the chats live on the show on this episode of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine Stream. I should have the webpage up there now. Do I? Yes, I do. Okay, so you can chat with me live on the Facebook page. The Facebook page is Drink with Rick on Facebook.com. Odyssey, we are live on Odyssey. Odyssey is at Drink with Rick, and the number 7. Rumble, we are live on Rumble. Rumble, you're just going to have to type in Drink with Rick. I don't have I can't really just give you the URL because there's a bunch of numbers and stuff. I don't know. Twitch is twitch.tv/drinkwithrick and the number 1, all one word. And YouTube, youtube.com at drinkwithrick, and we're we're live on x.com at Drink with Rick, and you can get in the chats there. I don't know about X. I mean, I don't really see much from X, but the other venues you can get in there and chat with me live. And of course, you can watch anytime after that as well on these venues. Now, if you can't watch live now, you can't watch it later, you can listen anytime after we post this episode. The episodes of the podcast go out at 10 p.m. on Monday nights, Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, podcastindex.org, TuneIn, Deezer Radio via RSS, and by email. If you click on the button that says by email, if you go to drinkwithrick.com and go to subscribe to podcast page, click on the button that says by email, you'll get this page pop up. You can enter your email address and then click the subscribe button down below, and you will get the latest episode of Drink with Rick as soon as it drops, and no salesman will call. It's just for the show. All right? So that's what that's all about. And of course, if you want to, you can buy me coffee or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or whatever you want to do. It helps support the show. It just kind of offsets some of the costs, and it's really, really much appreciated. But look, if you can't afford it, don't worry about it. You can support the show in other ways too. You can go to Rumble or Odyssey or Twitch or YouTube or Facebook and like and subscribe and follow and ring the bell and all that good stuff. And that really supports the show as well. Of course, there is no obligation to do any of that, but if you do like the show, please do so. It would be much, much appreciated. Absolutely. All right, so that's what we've got going on there. And of course, you can also email me if you have any comments or suggestions or questions or whatever. Email me at the rick@savoymedia.com, rick@savoymedia.com right there. All right, so I'm going to show you the wine that we're going to review tonight. Before I do that, let's get in the chats. We have folks in the chats. My good friend Ed is in the chat, as always. Ed says Ed is ready again. Woohoo! And Ed, it's great to see you too. And woohoo right back at you, which I just did. But I think I should give you some applause as well. Don't you? Yeah, I think it's well deserved. Thank you for being here with me tonight, Ed. And let's check on... yes, Island Hayes is in the chat. Also on YouTube, Island Hayes says, "Evening, Rick. I'm stoked to see you build a pizza for us." and Island Hayes has something to do with that. So here's some more applause. That's for Island Hayes. Yeah, I'm going to applaud everybody tonight. I am. And folks watching on Twitch, get in the chats and say hi. And on J-Con's in the chat on Odyssey, and J-Con says, "Good evening. When this final season is done, will you still be selling your tasting notebooks?" Absolutely, I will. And I'll get down the weeds just a little bit. But here's some applause for J-Con. Thank you for being here as well. I'm overdoing this applause thing, aren't I? But it's okay. It's okay. It's the final season. We can do whatever we want, and within reason, of course. And overusing the applause, I don't think we can overuse the applause, really. All right, so this is. By the way, I'm glad everybody's here tonight, and please join in for those who are watching and are not chatting. Don't be afraid. Just come in and say hi. It's fine. And you don't have to. That's fine too. All right, let me show you what we have to review tonight for the wine. This is what we've got. Let me pull it up. Oh, it's not working. Well, that's great. All right, well, let me show you manually what we have here. This is called Truffaut. Truffaut, this is a Cabernet Franc wine. It is from France. Cabernet Franc. And that's what that wine is about. Let me see if I can fix that, by the way, because, I know what I did here. Okay. I messed up there a little bit. Okay, let me just stop the show for a second. Let me fix those. Now, those buttons should be working. Okay, excellent. This is great. The Stream Deck is really great when it's working. And it's working now. This is the back of the wine. this is the back of the back label, and I'm going to read this to you as well. And it says Truffaut Cabernet Franc, Pays d'Oc. And this is it says here right here, coming from the south of France, Truffaut Cabernet Franc is a fruity, spicy, and elegant French wine with soft and silky tannins. Ooh. This delicious grape offers a fresh and juicy wine. It is a perfect choice to pair with many foods, such as a steak, which I do not have, charcuterie, which I do not have, sausages, which I could have had but did not. Oh, I forgot. I was going to do something about that, but I was going to have some pepperoni and I forgot to put it on the plate. Veal, which I definitely don't have tonight, or roasted chicken. What? Roasted chicken? Oh my goodness. I had some roasted chicken. Well, and I didn't put it on the plate. Oh well, what can I say? Anyway, this is a product of France, imported by Latitude Wines in Danville, California. And there is 13.5% alcohol by volume in this red wine. So that's what that's all about. Wow, I should have read this. I didn't. Here's the thing. It was a last-minute switcheroo, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show. I had another wine that I was going to review. It was Momentum 2023, but then I realized while I was getting everything ready that I'd already reviewed it, the 2020 vintage, a couple of years back, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I picked this up. I didn't even have time to read it. I just read it. I got some roasted chicken down there. I could have paired it with that. Oh well. What can I say? Well, we have other things to pair it with. This is what we have on camera 3, and such as it is, it's not a whole lot. I know it's a really eclectic last-minute thing because my lovely wife, she's on a break, an extended break from doing this sort of thing. So, that's I'm doing it myself, and it doesn't look nearly as good as she does it. She's the master at this sort of thing. I just eat it. Anyway, so we have some meatballs. We have this, which is actually a cheese breadstick, a cheese stick. It's got cheese inside it, and then a little bit of marinara sauce to dip it in. We have a little bit of cheddar cheese. We have some garlic olives. These are a favorite of mine. And we have that's a cinnamon, little mini cinnamon bun, which is another favorite of mine, which really shouldn't be eaten by me at all. But that's we're not going there. Okay, well, we're going to eat it probably, but all right. So that's what we're going to pair it with. So let's go ahead and get to the wine. This thing's falling on my ear again. And this has not fit right on me ever since I switched it out for some reason. All right. Problems. First world problems, right? Okay, so here we are. We're going to open this wine up. Let me get a close-up on this. And where's my foil cutter? Here we are. Let's cut the foil on this. All right. And how's everybody doing? How's everyone's week? I'll be honest with you. I did not do as much prep as I normally do on the show because I've been so busy this week, launching a new product at work and all the holiday stuff holiday promotions. And well, this thing does not want to come out. There we go. There we go. That's got it. I'll get the cork later. So we've got the wine decorked. Let's get the aerator in place and see if there's any displacement on the wine. No, it looks like we're good for now. Make sure it's in there firmly so it doesn't pop out. Okay, and of course to hold the glass, we have the official Drink with Rick coaster. And to hold, it was none the worse for wear. It's we've used it a lot. And to hold the grape nectar, I have this genuine Galway Irish crystal glass given to me by my employers at buy2wayradios.com. And we're going to pour a little bit of this wine into the glass. Got the glass in place. What's everybody drinking tonight? Just pop in, tell me what you're drinking or what you're not drinking or what you like to be drinking or would like to see me drinking. Well, you're going to see me drinking very shortly. Yes, Island Hayes, we're going to build a pizza tonight. And J-Con, I've got the nuts over here, but we're going to try it probably next week because I've got an ale we can try it with. I think it'd be better if we have an ale to try it with. J-Con says, I never find French wine that has a label printed in French. Do you see that ever? I'm assuming it is due to laws and regulations in the USA. Actually, no, I do. I do see, in fact, I think I have a couple back here, old empty bottles that are written in French or partially written in French. I have had wines before that were almost completely written in French, and there were some words like the government warning and things like that written in English, so you could, read them. But I've had wines where most of the description on the back of the wine is completely in French. And sometimes there is an English translation next to that or above it or under it, but sometimes there isn't one. So you just kind of have, and I've tried to read one on the show too. This goes back a couple of years, but I have tried on a couple of occasions to read the French on it, to pronounce the French, and it went, of course, as you would expect, very badly. So, yeah, really.
Good evening.
Yeah, but there are some that are like that. Yes. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a good swirl. And to accompany the swirl, we have the official Drink with Rick swirl music, which is, as everyone knows, more cowbell. More cowbell. All right. We have a nice swirl going there. All right, by the way, the more cowbell music, and for the bots that are sneaking around on YouTube looking for excuses to flag me for copyright infringement, I do own that, absolutely own it, because I wrote it. I created that cowbell music. It's my own creation, more cowbell. So, sorry, YouTube bots. Copyright trolls and all that. I do my best to use original music or music that I have full licenses for wherever possible. That's my disclaimer. Okay, so we've got the wine swirled. We're going to set it aside for just a moment. Let's give it a few moments to breathe a little bit. And while we're doing that, let's learn a little bit more about this wine. All right. As I said before, it was a last-minute switch, so I don't have a whole lot that I checked around to research on this. I didn't even look at the reviews, although I did go to Vivino, which I frequent often, and they do give it 3.8 stars out of 139 ratings, and that's across, I think, all of the average for all of the vintages. And they do have a note here that it is featured, that this vintage is featured in top 25 Languedoc-Roussillon red wines in California right now. Right now, that's what I'm reading right here, and it says this vintage, the 2022 vintage, rates better than any other year for this wine. Now, I don't know if it's rating that on Vivino or across the board or not, because I didn't really have time to go hunt around. But it looks like, just skimming some of the reviews here, it looks like, it looks like it's fairly well liked. And by the way, I did pick this wine up. The Vivino gives this an average price of $5.80. But I picked this up at Trader Joe's, and I do have the receipt right here. I did plan this ahead. I didn't plan that far ahead. I do have the Trader Joe's receipt right here. And according to this receipt, I paid for the, oh yes, I need Here it is. I paid for the 2022 vintage of the Truffaut Cabernet Franc. I paid $6.99. I did. $6.99. So that's about $1.19 more than what Vivino says the average price is. Okay, whatever. Let's hope if $6.99 is still reasonable. If it's a good wine, if it's every bit as good as what I've read it to be, so we'll find out. We're going to give it just a little bit of whiff here in just a moment. Let's first check the Facebook chats one more time and the YouTube chats. My lovely wife Chi is in the chat on YouTube, and she says hello and right back at you. And I want to give my lovely wife Chi some applause as well. There we go. She gets a hearty round of applause. She deserves it. She really does. All right, so I'll check everywhere else. Okay, well, we're good for the moment. And Jake, I'm going to answer your question there as far as the tasting notebooks and the other things. I'm going to give you a little preview of what some of the plans are after the wine stream is finished. Those are the plans anyway. Okay, we're good everywhere else. Let's go ahead and give this wine a bit of a whiff, and then we'll give it a bit of a taste. So, let's see. Just checking to see. We got more? Okay. Looks like everything is quiet at the moment in the chat. Let's give it a whiff. Okay. Some cherry, and smells a little bit like spice too. Cherry and spice and everything nice. Let's give it a bit of a taste. A little bit of, some cherry, but I'm getting a little bit more blackberry in here than cherry. I like blackberry, by the way, but they got the little crunchy seeds and stuff. I can't always eat. I've eaten a lot of blackberries in my day. I've eaten a lot of everything in my day. Okay, so this is blackberry is what I'm getting. Hint of something else, though. Let me see. Blackberry. Yeah, it's a little spicy. A little bit of spice. Can't really pick out the spices in particular right now. It is slightly oaky, but blackberry and a little bit of cherry in there, and maybe a little pepper. When we say pepper, I'm not talking about like peppers like green or red peppers. I'm talking about black pepper. Yeah, a little black pepper in there. Yeah. Okay. It has a fair finish, not super long. It's I can feel the alcohol a little bit. What is it? 13.5% ABV. Seems like there's a little more alcohol in there than that, but it seems like it anyway. But it's kind of a long finish. It's not super long, but it's kind of long. There's a fair amount of acidity in this wine, so it's medium tannin from what I could tell. Yeah, medium tannins. It's fairly medium bodied. Let me get it in here. There we go. It's a fairly medium, and I know it looks bold. It looks like a full-bodied wine in the camera, but it's really kind of medium-bodied. It's a nice deep ruby color. color is really nice. I like it. So that's good. But it's not super bold or anything. Kind of medium. And a medium on that. It's a pleasant. So far, it's a pleasant drinking wine. Yeah, the pepper is kind of pronounced in there a little bit. That's good. That's okay with me. All right, well, we've got that. We're gonna pair it with some food here in just a moment or two. I kind of like the wine so far. It's kind of smooth. It's not a bad tasting wine. This is the kind of wine you could drink. I think you could have it with a lot of different kinds of foods, but I think it's also one that you could probably drink on its own. If you like red wines, as I do, I could drink this on its own without the food. But it's always better to pair it with the food. Let's see. Check the chats one more time. And okay, we're good. All right, so let's go ahead and pair it with some food. Let me pull up camera 3. So we have a few. Now, here's the thing about what I have tonight. Because I microwaved these items to heat them up, these two items, they're probably pretty cold by now and kind of hard. Oh, let's try a little bit of the meatball. Let's try a little bit of the meatball. Go back to camera 1. It's a good meatball. I like these actually. Frozen meatballs. I had to heat them up. Funny story about that. I went looking for them in the freezer. Couldn't find them. Called my lovely wife, and she came downstairs and found them immediately. Which shows you how I am in the kitchen. Oh yeah. Now, this is interesting because the meatball is a little bit spicy. It's also a little bit, I wouldn't say it's peppery, but the pepper notes in the wine, the black pepper notes, it actually works pretty well with the meatball. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good meatball wine. Probably goes pretty well with pastas in general. Let's go back to camera 3. No, let me clear the palate first. Okay, now I go back to camera 3. Let's try it with this, because I know it's going to go, oh boy, I may not be able to eat this. Because, it's stiff. Because, these are leftovers, okay? They're all leftovers. This thing, when I was prepping this, because I was trying to do it all in a hurry, and it's very oily too. Look at that, it's very oily. But I was prepping this up, and the reason it's oily is because it's filled with cheese. If I can get the thing open, oh, this is gonna be tough. It has cheese inside. Well, it did. Yeah, it does. It's at the bottom. The thing is, though, I don't know if I'm going to be able to chew this up. You know how you put bread in the microwave and it sits too long? I was working on the rest of the platter, and I had it in there, and I was kind of reheating it. So it wasn't a full 100%, and I was reheating it. But I kind of got caught up in putting the rest of the platter together, and then the microwave started beeping and beeping, and I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah, it was this kind of uh-oh. If you know what I mean. So, and that's what it was. So now this thing's really hard. You know how you leave it in too long and it just dries it out, it just dehydrates it, and it's tough. Oh man. Yeah. It's a little not fresh. That's what I get. If I just heat it up for like 15-20 seconds, it probably would have been fine. It was in there for the better part of 2 minutes. So it's not so fine anymore. Yeah, we can chalk that up to a don't overheat your cheese breadsticks at home kind of thing. The wine helps it. The wine saves it a little bit, but it's oh my. Clearing the palate one more time. Let's go back to camera 3. See if we can salvage this tasting at all. All right, so I was supposed to dip it in this. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I could dip the meatball in this. Why not? That could be fun. Why not? Let's dip the meatball in that. All right, that should work, right? I would think so. So let's try it. That's pretty good, actually. Yeah, not bad. Meatball with tomato sauce or marinara. Good stuff. Even better with the wine. It works really well with this wine. Yeah. Cabernet Franc. I could do that. Well, I just did. I could do it again. But we don't have all night. I don't think you want to spend the whole night watching me eat, right? Well, grab a snack so you can eat along with me. Snack and whatever it is, it doesn't matter what you're drinking. Just grab a snack and a favorite snack and your favorite drink and whatever it is, and just let's all taste together. Let's all go ahead and do a pairing together. You clear the palate one again. Let's go back to camera 3 one more time, because we have a couple items. We have some cheddar cheese here. Yeah, I know I kind of more like tore it up than cut it, but there it is. It should go well with this. I need a little more wine. More wine. All right. Cheddar's good. I think this came from BJ's Wholesale Club in their deli. Nice. I like it. It pairs well with cheese. Yeah, I like it. So far, I'm thinking this wine's a winner. It's pretty good. Let me clear the palate one more time. All right, let's go back to camera 3 one more time. And let's try it with one of my favorites, my personal favorite, garlic olives. Now, a lot of wines go great with these olives. And if you don't like garlic olives, I understand. I happen to really like these things. I'm hooked on them. And I have been known, and my lovely wife, Chi, can attest to this personally, I have been known to put away an entire jar of these things in one sitting. Much to the chagrin of my wife. I get the eye rolls from her, which is perfectly understandable. But, the olives, the garlic, not bad for you, is it? Oh. Straight with wine. Almost went down the wrong way. It's good though. I like it. Almost slid down the wrong way, but that's good. I do like it. I'm gonna have to have some more of these. I'll probably finish these off after the show. All right. Well, I think that does it for the tasting. Yeah, there was one more item on there. There's the cinnamon roll. If I have time, we'll do that. But I don't want to sugar myself up too much with that sort of thing before the end of the show. I'm already going to be hyper by the end of the show, probably. This is probably not going to be a long show tonight, folks, because I'm going to get some rest. It's been a long week. And J-Con says, have you ever played Slap the Bag, where you pass around a bag of wine from the box and take shots? I have never tried that. Slap the bag. You pass around a bag of wine from the box and take shots. So we've got the box wine, which we have reviewed box wine before on the show. That's an interesting game. Everybody takes shots. Haven't tried that one. I've tried a lot of other different drinking games. Never tried that one before. That would be interesting to try. Let's see. We got who else? What she says: taffy bread all at once. Yeah, pretty much. All right. So we're good in the chats for now. I want to say that. Well, maybe I should say that for later. I tell you what. Let's. You know what it's time for right now. It's time to toast the national days, and we're going to toast the national days now because we have some national days to toast. Who doesn't have a glass? Go get a glass right now. Put something in it that's drinkable, that you can drink, and that is legal to drink, and that sort of thing. Okay. And let's all toast the national days together. By the way, these national days are courtesy of nationaldaycalendar.com. National Day Calendar is Marlo Anderson's site. He is the CEO and curator of all these national days. So, Marlo, thank you very much. And I'm still waiting for my ambassadorship to nationaldaycalendar.com, which I don't think I'm going to get that. But thank you anyway, Marlo. Appreciate it. Yeah, right. So December 7th. Well, December 7th, yes, there are national days for December 7th. We are going to toast these. First of all, December 7th is National Slime Day. Yes, I don't have any pictures for these tonight, folks. PX here, which is where I get a lot of my public domain photos from, is down for me tonight. I haven't been able to get any photos today. But let's if we did have photos of slime, I don't know if I'd be able to find any that would really do this justice. National Slime Day. I'll drink to that. Whatever. Today is also National Illinois Day, founded in 2017 by National Day Calendar to celebrate Illinois as the 21st state to join the Union. So keep that in mind when you're thinking of all the states in the order in which they joined the U.S. or the A. Illinois was the 21st state to do so. So I don't have the year in which they joined, but you can Google it up, I guess. I did not. But we'll just say, here's to National Illinois Day. I'll drink to that. Okay. December 7th is also National Cotton Candy Day. Yes, today is National Cotton Candy Day. You like cotton candy?
Oh, yeah.
I do. I like cotton candy. Here's the National Cotton Candy Day. I will drink to that. National Cotton Candy Day. It's also National Play Outside Day, which, of course, the first Saturday of every month is National Play Outside Day. It's a little late to do that now. I think if you're on the East Coast. On the West Coast, it's probably still a little bit late to do that now. But here is to National Play Outside Day. I'll drink to that. I didn't play outside. I took the dog outside a couple of times so she could do her business, but she wanted to play outside. Okay, and also December 7th is also Skywarn Recognition Day. Yes, it's Skywarn Recognition Day, and if you're not sure what Skywarn Recognition or what Skywarn is, I will tell you. For those who are not aware, for those of you who've been watching the stream for any length of time and who follow along, they buy two-way radios or whatever, seen some of our videos there. I am a ham radio operator, also a GMRS radio operator. I hold licenses in both. And some years back, I became a Skywarn spotter. And what a Skywarn spotter Skywarn is a network, a setup of thousands of people across the U.S. that volunteer to when there is some sort of adverse weather situation or weather emergency or something like that. Those are the ones that call in and give out reports. And it doesn't have to be an adverse condition. It's like if it's a nice day outside too, or whatever, and then no rain or drought conditions or whatever, they can still call in and say, hey, here's the current temperature, here's the, where it is here, and here's if they can take the air pressure reading or the wind speed and that kind of thing in this area. And then all of this information is accumulated and used for local and national weather reports. So when you see the weather person come on, the meteorologists on the local stations, a lot of the times, particularly when they're getting weather reports, for say like rain or some kind of a storm or hail or anything like that, they get that information because it is, these Skywarn spotters call in. They're volunteers, just regular people like you and me, call in and give reports. And all of these reports are pretty much collated in for the area, and meteorologists rely on some of that data. Now, of course, they do a lot of other things related to their weather reports, but that's one of their sources. One of their sources is for the local Skywarn spotters in the area and what they're reporting. So when you watch the news, the weather reports on the news or on TV or on the radio or whatever, that's where some of that information is coming from. So anybody can be a Skywarn spotter. Anybody can be one. You don't have to be a ham radio. Now, a lot of ham radio operators are, because it's one of their things. They're a lot of ham radio operators. They have networks where they report various weather conditions and situations, specifically adverse weather events. But you don't have to be a ham radio operator. You don't even have to be a radio operator. Some GMRS radio operators are Skywarn spotters also, and there are CBers that have been known to put in Skywarn reports. You don't have to have a radio to do that. You can do it over the phone. You can call in on your cell phone. You can text it in. You can do all kinds of things. Anyone can be a Skywarn a Skywarn spotter. I don't know what a Skywarn spotter is, but I don't think they have a certificate for that. But they do have a certificate for a Skywarn spotter. And I have one here. This is when you go through a little training. You can do online training for, and this is my public service announcement for the day, because you could be one. Anybody could be one, and it's kind of fun, and it's and you learn a lot too. You learn a lot about weather, and if you're interested in weather, as I'm kind of into weather. I'm kind of I wouldn't say a weather nut, but that's one of my things that I like to do. I like to I get into all the weather stuff, and you can take the course. You can take an online course. You can look it up. I think it's skywarnspotter.net, I think, is the website. It's been a while since I've been on there, but you can do that. You can take online courses, and some places in certain areas, certain clubs and organizations, like I got mine from a local ham club that my son and I belong to. My son is also a ham radio operator. And we went, and my daughter also came with us, and we took a class on it right there. And you learn a lot. It's pretty interesting stuff. And I got my certificate of achievement right here. As a matter of fact, this is my certificate of achievement as a Skywarn spotter. So I can get a close-up on this. There we go. But it's I got mine on April 12th, 2014. There you go. So that's my certificate of achievement as a Skywarn spotter, and anybody can do it. And it's a good community type service. If you can do that, it's a great way to participate in a community service and give back something to community. So, I went along on this intentionally because I encourage people to do this sort of thing because it's great. And to Skywarn spotters everywhere, here's to National Skywarn Spotter Day. This is for the it's Skywarn Recognition Day, but it's to recognize the Skywarn system and the Skywarn spotters. So here's to National Skywarn Recognition Day. I'll drink to that. And I'll drink to it again just because I can. To Skywarn Recognition Day. It is one more day today that we want to pay some tribute to. Today, as you know, December 7th, 1941, is a day that will live in infamy, has lived in infamy. This is the day that Pearl Harbor was attacked, and which brought us into World War II. Today is National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. This is a day where we all, reflect a little bit on the significance of that, of what happened in Pearl Harbor, and it was really, wow! It was just amazing that we were able to get, because we had a lot of our fleet, a lot of our naval fleet happened to be there, and some of them weren't, but it was a good thing that we had some of our fleet was not there. For those ships that were there, of course, there are memorials there for the ones that were attacked and sank, that was a really horrific, tragic event. A lot of our people lost their lives in that. So I think it's important to remember this day. So here is to National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, and for those who gave their lives defending our country on that day, and since then, and before then as well. Here's to you. The National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. I will drink to that. I will drink to that again. To Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. All right. December 8th. It's going to be December 8th in about an hour and 5 minutes. Oh, we have a couple of more fun things for December 8th. Something a little bit on the lighter side. Jaycon says, speaking of Skywarn, I wrestled a tornado to the ground once. You wrestled a tornado to the ground once? Well, please, there's a story behind this, I guess. Well, please tell us. Please do. You wrestled a tornado to the ground once. Okay. Yeah, tell us. I'd like to hear more of that. I'd like to hear more about that one. Okay, what else we have going on here? Yes, it is taffy bread, and I'm not going to eat any more of it right now. So I don't think I'm going to eat any more of that particular piece of taffy bread ever. That's what she's talking about, that taffy bread over there. All right, today, everybody ready? We're going to have some fun here with December 8th, National Days. First of all, December 8th is National Crossword Solvers Day. You like crossword puzzles? Who doesn't like crossword puzzle? Okay, maybe I should rephrase that. Who does like crossword puzzles? I like some crossword puzzles, but I haven't done any crosswords for a while. But I from time to time I've done a crossword puzzle or two. We used to have a couple of books on crossword puzzles, and I think my daughter and my son, I think a couple of them were doing some of that when they were younger. Or a couple of them, both of them, or one or two of them. Anyway, no, it's only 13.5% ABV. It hasn't hit me yet. Okay, and it's just me. All right, so what was I going to do here? Oh, yes, I don't have a photo for that. So here's the National Crossword Solvers Day. I'll drink to that. All right. Today is also National Brownie Day. Believe it or not, it's National Brownie Day. Do you like brownies? Now, here's the thing about me and brownies. Now, my daughter loves brownies. And my wife will bake them for her all the time, a lot. My wife is very, very good. She's got a great brownie recipe, and she makes some really good brownies. The thing is that, and I'm not a brownie person. They're okay. Sometimes I might have one every once in a while, but I'm really not. I'm more of a cookie kind of guy. I like cookies, and I like cakes, and I like pies. In fact, cookies, cakes, and pies have made me the man I am today. More so than I'd like to admit. But brownies, not so much. And I think this is just a hypothesis, just a theory that I have. But I think that's why my lovely wife Chi bakes brownies as often as she does, because she knows that I generally don't eat them. So, if she's trying to get me to lose weight, she'll bake up the brownies. They smell great, but I'm just not into them. But she'll bake them all the time, and knowing that that's one type of dessert that I'm probably not going to pilfer. So, and of course my daughter loves brownies with vanilla ice cream on them and all that kind of stuff. That's just not for me. But hey, for those who like brownies, that's fine. Here's the National Brownie Day. I'll drink to that. Good one. All right, we have one more National Day, and this is what I was talking about, getting to the fun. Getting the fun. Today, let me see if I have something for this. Do I have anything for this? I don't really have. Here's a drum roll. Today is Pretend to be a Time Traveler Day. That's right. Today is Pretend to be a Time Traveler Day. I kid you not. That's what it is. December 8th. Well, it's not today yet, is it? It'll be today in about 1 hour. Okay, so December 8th is Pretend to be a Time Traveler Day. Now, we're going to have a little fun here. Time travel, that's a very fascinating concept, isn't it? Time travel is a fascinating. We've watched a lot of movies on time travel, a lot of TV shows. Star Trek did a lot of that sort of thing, and Marvel universe they're doing that a lot with the multiverses and all that kind of thing. It's not so much time travel, but a lot of the multiverse stuff. And there are a lot of time travel movies. Some of them are actually pretty good. Some of them kind of meh. But as a matter of fact, I watched a movie a couple of weeks ago. It was a remake of the Philadelphia Experiment. And the original Philadelphia Experiment movie I thought was pretty decent. The remake was, it was interesting. I mean, I kind of knew how it was going to end. I mean, it was kind of predictable. But and for those who are not familiar with the Philadelphia Experiment, that was do we have time to go into this? Watch the movie. I don't want to spoil it for you. But anyway, so where was it going with this? Okay, so that's my train of thought, leaving the wrong station again. All right, so anyway, a lot of time travel movies out there. I've seen some really good ones. I've seen some that are kind of meh. And J-Con says, when I wrestled that tornado, it twisted me up. This guy's going to be laughing for the next 35 seconds. Let's gonna nip that one in the bud. Here we go. Do I have something else for that? I don't know. Here we go. Okay, where was I? Oh, yes. It's Pretend to Be a Time Traveler Day. So, I've watched some pretty interesting. Let me pull up the Philadelphia Experiment for just a moment. Because they've done more than one film on this. They've done a number of films on this. They've done a film. I'm trying to figure out which one is the one that I saw the other night. I think that was. I think the one I saw was a 2022 version, but they've done this one like several times. And now, what the Philadelphia Experiment is about? It's and they call it a conspiracy theory, I guess, but it's. They've done the movies about it, but technically, I don't know. I don't know if it was real or not. I don't know if it really happened or not. But legend has it that the Navy did this experiment. The government did this experiment where they tried to make a U.S. destroyer, invisible. And then what they did was they tried to teleport it. And that's what the movies explore. And of course, in the general theory was that it had dire consequences to everyone who was on board this thing. But I don't know if it's true or not. I really don't know. But there are crazy things out there. A lot of crazy things out there that they could be true, could be not. But the movies are entertaining anyway. So, but that was the one first one that came to mind. But Star Trek's done a lot of the time travel stuff, and I think there have been a bunch of movies that delve into that sort of thing. Anyway, so National Time Travel Day. So we're going to experiment with this. But I'm telling you that this isn't just science fiction. This is not just science fiction. This is in a way science fact, because I can tell you for a fact that we are all time travelers. We're all time travelers. We are. And I'll prove it to you. We're going to do it right now. Because we're going to travel through time together right now. We're going to travel through time. How about that? Yeah, everybody ready for that? Put down your glasses. Oh, you can pick them up. Take the glasses with you. It's fine. But it's probably safer if you put them down for the moment, because I'm going to ask you to do one thing. We're going to travel through time. I kid you not. We're going to travel through time together right here on the Saturday Night Wine Stream. And this is how we're going to do it. Okay? Everybody ready? Everybody ready? Okay. Here we go. All right, first of all, let's mark the time right now. What time is it? I have here 11:06 p.m. Eastern Time. 11:06 p.m. Eastern Time, okay? Here we go. All right, now, first thing, everyone, close your eyes. Yeah, I know you're watching. It's okay. Close your eyes. I'm not going away. We're all going together, okay? Everyone, close your eyes. Okay, eyes closed. Now, no peeking. No peeking at all. Everyone close your eyes. and we're going to go travel in time. Okay, everyone's eyes closed? Okay. All right, here we go. You ready? Wait for it. Wait for it. Now, open your eyes. The time is now 11:07 p.m. Eastern Time. We just traveled 1 minute forward in time. That's right. We travel 1 minute forward in time, which makes us all time travelers. There you go. There you go. We did it, folks. So here's a toast to all you time travelers out there on Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine stream. Here is to pretend to be a time traveler day. But we didn't pretend because we really did it. Here's to time travelers everywhere. I'll drink to that. All right. And with that, that does it for the national days. Does it for the national days. This is what we're drinking tonight. We are drinking the Truffaut Cabernet Franc. It's a 2022, and this is a wine from France. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's 100% Cabernet Franc. I believe. It doesn't say anything different, so I'm assuming that it is. So, pretty decent so far. I'll give you a final review on the wine. We're done for the night, but we have a little bit of time left, so we have enough time to do. Ed says this. Ed's in this. He's talking about the about Pearl Harbor Day. Ed says most of the U.S. battleships were lost while moored at Pearl on December 7th, but the war in the Pacific ended up being one where the aircraft carrier was paramount and the Enterprise was at sea and survived, though she was due to be in Pearl at the time, as I remember. Only a handful of U.S. carriers existed in the Pacific at the time, all crucial to the outcome of the struggle. And Ed is very correct at that. As a matter of fact, if you want to see a great movie, probably the best movie, and I'm not talking about Pearl Harbor, the one that they did in, 2012, 2013, that was really more, a lot of that was really more the love story kind of thing in there. Although it did go into the events at Pearl Harbor. It was a fairly, I think it was, no, I wasn't at Pearl at the time, obviously, but from what I've been told, it's fairly accurate on some things visually. I don't know about the love story. I don't know. But I think that was mostly Hollywood. But probably the most accurate, historically accurate film on Pearl Harbor, the attack on Pearl Harbor, is Tora, Tora, Tora. I have seen Tora, Tora, Tora many, many times. I showed it to my family, I think, once when they were little. I think I have edited that movie. When I used to work at, for those who know, I used to work at WOFL Channel 35 in Orlando, and before it became a Fox affiliate, I started before it was a Fox affiliate, when it was just a little independent station, and then we became a Fox affiliate, and of course now the rest is history. But the back when it was an affiliate, or before it was affiliate, when it was just an independent station, we would show Tora, Tora, Tora. It was kind of customary. We'd show it every year right around December 7th. And 1 year, I remember, now this really sticks out in my mind, because 1 year I had to edit this film, and it's basically a 3-hour film. I mean, it's a long movie. It's a long movie, but it's a really, really good movie. And they did a great job, and it holds up really well today. It holds up really well. but they did a great job with the effects and with the ships and stuff, using models and whatever. And I think they cut in some actual footage into it, if I'm not mistaken. But a lot of it was done like with models and things. But the movie, it's funny because when I got the movie in to edit this thing, and it had to be edited. I think what happened was we got a print, and it was on 16 millimeter film. So I was editing this on 16 millimeter movie film, and the print was late coming in. I think was what it was. I had just like 4 days to get to it before it aired, because I think it was going to air on that Sunday. It was I think December 7th was on a Sunday that year. So they were. I don't remember if we were actually airing on December 7th. I think we were, but anyway. So that Wednesday, it was like Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh, I started working on a Monday, and I had it edited. And it was a tough one to edit because this is a historically accurate film, and a lot of vets were watching this thing. They'd watch every year. A lot of our viewers there were retired vets and World War II vets. And this was back in the 90s, or late 80s. I'm sorry, no, it was mid 80s, I think is when this happened. And, I had to be very, very careful about editing this film, because what would happen is if it got chopped up incorrectly, because a lot of these guys had seen the film numerous times over the decades, and so they knew it. Some of them knew it by heart, and I had to be very careful because we had to edit for time, because they scheduled it in like I think they scheduled it in a 2.5 hour time slot with commercials, and I had to edit it down so that we could put in the commercial breaks, which meant I had to cut out about 15 minutes of the movie originally. No, actually, I had to cut out a half an hour of the movie at some point, but I think originally it was like 15 minutes. And I cut it up, and I was trying to be very, very careful about how I cut it. And I had to take out certain scenes. And then it was, I think it was that Thursday, the program director at the time called up and said, okay, this isn't going to work. We've got, we're going to actually have to schedule it into a shorter time slot. And I'm like, well, that means I'm going to have to cut out a whole half hour of this film. That's not going to really work. And they said, well, we oversold the time, and so we have to cut more. So I had to go in there, and I had to recut the film and take out another 15 minutes or so out of this thing. Now, we had an event coming up. Our station, the employees there, where they would take us out at the end of the year. They did this a couple of times a year. They would take us out on a riverboat dinner cruise, and we all had to be there at 5 o'clock before 5:30. It was 5:30, I believe. This was down at Sanford for the River Ship Romance. We had to be down in Sanford at 5:30 in time for the boat to leave the dock. Now, everybody kind of left, those who were going to this thing, and I was planning to go, but I had everything ready on Thursday night, and then Friday, it was Friday morning, I get another call up from the program director, and they say, okay, we're going to have to put, we decided that we were going to go ahead and run it in that 2.5 hour slot, so we're going to have to put the 15 minutes back in. I'm like, oh man, I had that thing ready to go. It was on the rack, ready to for it to air, and I had to take the film, and I think that they gave it to me that they gave me the order to do this 2 hours before we were supposed to leave to this thing. It was a couple hours before we were supposed to leave for this cruise, and so I had to grab the film. I had to find all the clips I cut out, and I had to put them all back in, and then retime the whole movie, because it all had to be timed out, and then send it back down to the master control before I left. And I just managed to get this thing re-edited in time and I had to race down to Sanford, and I just made it onto the boat, like just as they were getting ready to pull up anchor and leave. I just made it, and I was. It was that's why I won't forget that one. I never forget that one. But so it aired that Sunday, and I think we didn't really get any calls from anybody on it. Now the funny thing is that this was a brand new 16 millimeter film print. Now remember, I'm physically cutting this on film. It was a brand new 16 millimeter print that they sent us. By the time I edited this thing 3 times and cut all stuff out, put stuff back in, cut more stuff out, put it back in, this thing had so many splices in it. It had just a bunch of splices. When we sent it back to the distributor, it was just full of splices. But it was funny. But we didn't get any. Not that I can recall. We didn't get any calls from the vets that year on the film. So that was a good thing. Anyway, didn't mean to go long on that, but it's just a story from about Tora. Island Hayes says, Island Hayes says, I'm a Doctor Who fan. I like Doctor Who. I haven't followed it for a while. I haven't followed it lately too much, but I like Doctor Who. Island Hayes says, that's about all the time travel I get up to. Yeah, they do a lot of time traveling, Doctor Who. There's also like this whole time-space thing, you going into the TARDIS, and that's the whole thing about the TARDIS. It's just like a phone booth, and then you go inside, and it's like, size of a mansion or something inside. It's fun stuff. Because he's not just a time traveler. He's kind of a time-space kind of dimensional traveler in a way, right? So the Doctor is. Let's see. Ed. Okay, I caught up on Ed there, but getting back to Pearl Harbor, as a matter of fact, because I got off on that tangent with the movie. But if you get a chance to see Tora, I highly recommend it. You'll learn a lot. If you're not really that familiar with the history there on the Pearl Harbor attack, watch that movie. It's pretty intense. It really is, and it was a number of different flubs that we made on there that allowed this attack to happen. And yes, it's really by providence that the Enterprise was not in Pearl Harbor at the time. If there were a couple of ships that were stationed out there, and I think the Enterprise was supposed to come back, and then I think then they decided not to, and they had it somewhere else. And there were a couple of other ships that were like that. I think there was a battleship and I think maybe another carrier. I don't really recall. But what it was is, if it wasn't for that, if all the ships had been there at Pearl Harbor at the time, it would have basically wiped out our Navy. It really would. We were so close to having our Navy completely wiped out in that attack. It's kind of scary. So Ed, Ed is correct on that. All right, so Pearl Harbor Day. Why not? Toast it again. All right, so we're going to do one more thing, because it's getting close to to before we close up. We're going to do one more thing tonight. Now, if you recall, in a previous episode of the Two-Way Radio, mixing up my shows now. Okay, for those who know, I do a show called the Two-Way Radio Show. I do a podcast. It's from my job. That's my day job. I get paid for that one. I don't get paid for this, but I get paid for doing that podcast, and I do the Two-Way Radio Show, which has absolutely nothing to do with what we're doing right now. But because I slipped up there you go. Anyway, so where was I? Where was I going with this? Okay, so if you remember on a previous episode of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine Stream, I did this thing where I was showcasing some gummies. And I saw a bunch of, I don't know if I still have it in the system or not. I might. But we had, I came across a bunch of gummy kits, I guess, for lack of a better term to call them, at the local supermarket. And I thought, well, this is really weird because they had gummy, like Oscar Mayer stuff and gummy this and that. And it wasn't real food. It was just, they were just gummies. And I was kind of wondering at the time, I wonder what this tastes like. You know, does it taste like a gummy, or does it taste like what they, they're like trying to simulate it to taste like the real thing? I don't know. But let me see if I can pull that up. Do I have any of those gummies here? I might have a couple of them. Let me see. I'm just looking through my photos here real quick because it's been a while. I have them somewhere. Donut Day, that's not the one. That's a different one. We've done a lot of episodes here, haven't we? Chocolate strawberries, that's not it. I don't know what I did with the photos anyway. So, but do I have them? Gummy photos? I had them one time. I was not prepared here tonight. Let's see. Food art, it's not under that. It's under, I got a lot of photos here. Nope, I don't have it here. Okay. Anyway, so let me show you what we got. So, Alan Hayes, out of the goodness of his heart, sent me a couple of these, the gummies. There are a couple of them here. There is, he sent me this one here. These are two Lunchables. Gummy Lunchables. No, I don't mean like a Lunchable, except they're gummies. And I was wondering, hey, does it taste like a Lunchable, or does it just taste like weird gummy stuff? I don't know. But there's this one. I think this is one of the ones that I had a photo of, and I think I had one of these too that we were kind of poking fun at. This one is a Gummy Lunchables with what looks like bologna or something in there, and gummy crackers and things like that. This one is the one of interest tonight. Gummy Pepperoni Pizza Kit. And by the way, Alan Hayes, thank you very much for sending those out. And let me go back to the chats here just a moment. Okay, there we are. And J-Con, the Tornado Wrestler, that Tornado Wrestling. Okay. I did not see the second Twisters movie, by the way. She didn't want to watch it. I've had a tough. I was thinking about watching it myself, but I wanted to watch it with Chi, and she didn't want to see it at all. She saw the first movie. I guess she didn't like it enough to watch the second one, the sequel. It's called Twist. The first one was Twister. The second one was Twisters. Very, very creative choice of, ingenious choice of titles. Anyway, so here's the Gummy Pepperoni Pizza Kit. We're going to open this up. I'm already opening it up. Let me clear the lower third out of here. There we go. All right, so we've got the pizza kit here. We're going to open this up. It says peel here, so that's what I will do. We'll peel here. We'll try to peel here. I'm not sure how appealing this will be. Yeah. There we go. Getting there. Okay, we're getting there. We're about halfway there. And we're all living on a prayer here. Okay, there we are. Nope, not yet. There's more of that. It's a challenge. They really have this wrapped up pretty well. I probably just could have cut it, but where's the fun in that, right? Okay. So, I got most of it out. Okay. Most of it's here. Gummy Lunchables. Now, let me read to you what's on the back of this thing, because I can't find my original photo. Maybe I can find it. Where is it? I had photos. See, they're gummy. See, here's the one with the gummy bologna. And I did find that one. Here we go. I found the gummy bologna. And that was interesting. And the Lunchables are back there. Oh, I did find it. Here it is. Okay. So here's the gummy mac and cheese. The mac and cheese gummies. That was really weird. And I did buy that one. I did try it, and it did not taste like mac and cheese. It tasted like I forgot what it tasted like. That was orange or something. And here's the bacon and eggs gummy. No, that's not it. Excuse me. Let me. Where is that? Oh, right here. Bacon, and we tried that. That was from Trader Joe's. That was a whole different thing. Bacon and eggs gummies, and let's see. I think those were the only ones that I had up here at the time being. I had a bunch of other gummies in here. Here's pizza with the works. What is that? Oh, that's something else. Okay, so anyway, let me read to you what the ingredients are. Now, this is made by a company called Frankfurt. And this company, Frankfurt, is based apparently in here in the States, but it's in Philadelphia, distributed by Frankfurt Candy in Philadelphia. But it does say it's a product of China. This candy is made in China. So. And the reason for that hesitation is because, Chinese candy, I don't know. I mean, I've heard, I don't know. I don't know about the ingredients in this, but I'm going to read the ingredients here. Here are the ingredients. Gummy ingredients: malt syrup, sugar, gelatin, sorbitol, citric acid, malic acid, artificial flavors, carnauba wax, palm kernel oil, potassium sorbate, which is a preservative, artificial colors. Are you watching? Red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6, titanium dioxide. Now the liquid, because there's a liquid in here too. I think this is supposed to be the gummy pizza sauce, I'm assuming. The liquid is made out of corn syrup, sugar, citric acid, artificial flavor, artificial color, red 40, and sodium citrate. And it contains bioengineered food ingredients. Ooh. There you go. Well, we're going to give this a try, aren't we? All right, so in order to do that, let me switch over a little bit to camera 3, because we're going to build this on camera 3. And I'm going to have to move this out of the way just a little bit. There we go. For our some of those are probably bioengineered food ingredients too, for all I know. All right, let me slide over here just a little bit. We're going to put these on. All right, so we're going to build a gummy pizza. So I'm assuming this is the pizza, the pizza dough, and then we have the cheese, which is still sealed up. Okay, we got some cheese. We're going to put a little cheese on. Are we supposed to melt the cheese? That's a good question. Do we melt the cheese on this? Alan Hayes, you might know. Do we melt the cheese on here? No, I don't think so. Okay, and I think this is the pepperoni. If I can get it out of there. This is still sealed. Pepperoni. Oh my goodness, this thing's really sealed up. Okay, let's see if I can cut this thing out here a little bit. You know, it's not coming out. This is really... this is really... Oh, there we go. Okay, got it. All right. You know what I should have done here? Okay, we got to take the cheese off. Because I'm not doing this wrong order. Now, I used to make pizzas. Okay? And I'm still doing this in the wrong order. I used to make pizzas. When I worked at Walt Disney World, we had a place called Pizza Time. It wasn't actually a physical place you go to. It was, it was basically just a delivery-only service. And I would take the calls. It was a one-man service. I'd take the calls. Man, this is not opening up, is it? Man, this is... There we go. Yeah, this sealed up good. I don't have any scissors. Okay. Let me see if I can do this with my teeth. That's not going to work either. Okay, so I've got to get some scissors. They're across the room. Hey, I wonder if I can open it up with this. Sometimes you just got to use what you got. I don't have any scissors here. I got to... Let's poke a hole in it with the... Oh, there we go. That works. All right, so we got this. So anyway, I used to work, and so we put the pizza sauce on here, right? Can you see it? Okay. Oh, wow, that's a mess. All right, so then we put the cheese on it, right? Got to put the cheese on it. I get a close-up shot, but I don't have one. Okay. And then the pepperonis go, oh, this is interesting. Go on top of that. And then what do? You pick it up. We don't put this in the microwave or anything. I would assume not. Okay. So I guess I just kind of pick it up. I just kind of pick it up and... oh, goodness. I'm going to eat this. Okay, so... This is going to be interesting. This is going to be really, really weird. All right, so we're going to... I think most of the sauce came off. It dripped off or something. It's all over the bag and everything. Okay. All right, so I think I lost most of everything on here. I lost the... There we go. I lost most everything on here. Everything fell somewhere. I don't know where. Okay, so we're going to try some of this. I'm eating a raw gummy pizza, huh? Let me get a close-up on this. Okay. Ugh, that's a lot of red 40 here. This is... Wow. It's chewy. Really chewy. Really sticky too. Really sticky stuff. All right. Let's try it with a wine. Why not? Well, that was different. That was very different. Oh, yeah, kids don't try that at home. Especially since if you're kids, you shouldn't be imbibing on the wine anyway. Right? Okay, so that... Wow, what a mess. That was different. That was very different. But you know what? It was worth it. It was entertaining and it was worth it. Jane Con says that's a hilarious contrast with the gummies next to the homemade food. Is it? Yeah, it is, isn't it? You're not kidding. It is. This is quite a contrast there. Very, very interesting one. And let's...
No.
Let me see. that was a showstopper right there. Island Hayes says, "You're welcome, Rick. I'm super happy I could send them your way. I hope they're as tasty as they look." Well, we just tried it, and it's. I'll have to say it was definitely. It was tasty. I don't know how healthy it is, but it's tasty. You know, I just hope they're not putting too much lead in these things, and it's Chinese candies these days. Anyway, so that was very different. That was good. That was fun. Actually, that was a lot of fun. And so, Island Hayes, thank you very, very much. You get another round of applause. Thank you. Appreciate your contributions to the show. See, this is how it works, folks. This is how it works. You direct the show. This, this is the entertainment here that created by you and me. I'm just the host. I'm just here to kind of keep things moving. But you're creating the entertainment here. This is good stuff. It really is. Here's the rest of that pizza here. Let me show you again. There's the rest of it right there. It was kind of tasty. It was very, very chewy, but it was actually pretty tasty. So thank you very much, Island Hayes. Appreciate it. And by the way, Jaycon, not to be outdone, of course, Jaycon sent me these maple mixed nuts, and I like maple. It looks like a lot of cashews in here. That could be pretty cool. But we're going to try this. We're going to see if we can open it up next week. Thank you, Jaycon, by the way. We're going to try to open this up next week, and we'll try to open it up with an ale, because I think that would be appropriate to do this with a good ale. I don't know if it's a good ale or not. We're going to open it up and find out, but that would be kind of cool. And my good friend Ed, thank you very, very much for buying me some coffees. Ed bought me 10 coffees, and I want to give you a shout out, Ed, and say thank you very, very much. You didn't have to do that, my friend, but I really, really appreciate it. And thank you. That's for you. Thank you very, very much. And I think that's got it for tonight. Well, let me give you a final review of the wine, because we gotta roll. We gotta get on tonight, because I gotta get some sleep. It's been a long week. Actually, Jaycon asked a question at the very beginning, and I want to answer that real quick. Jaycon had asked at the very beginning of the show, when this final season is done, will you still be selling your tasting notebooks? Yeah. The plan is, they're up on Amazon. You can buy them on Amazon. They're $8.99 each. I am selling them on eBay now too, for $1 less, and I will be doing a special deal, on eBay here very shortly, here in the next few days, where I'm offering the entire set of 4 with one of these, which I think you got yours, right? You and Jaycon, you and Island Hayes got yours. I know, Ed, you got yours, and I really, really appreciate the kind words on that. But the book holder and the little book nook with the here, for those who I got a picture of it here somewhere. What do I do with it? I got it somewhere here. That's if I can find it. If it's not going to take time. Here we go. This is what it looks like. It has a Drink with Rick coaster there, and in its spot, and you can put any kind of a glass or a mug or anything on it, and you've got all 4 Drink with Rick books. The official Drink with Rick wine tasting notebook, the beer tasting notebook, the cider tasting notebook, and the mead tasting notebook, the entire collection. And I'm trying to get this one to do for a a price of $29. I think it's going to be somewhere around $29.95. I think is what's going to be on eBay. That's going to go up in the next couple of weeks. So if you're interested in purchasing that, check on eBay, and I'll have a link next week for it. That's the plan anyway. So yeah, the books will continue to be sold and on sale at the end of the season. Now the way this is going to work. Season 7 is going to be a shorter season. It's going to end. The plan is it's scheduled to end on the last show on January 18th, and 2025. So we have 7 more episodes after this one. We're also doing a. The plan is to do a special New Year's episode as well. So join me here for that. We traditionally we do a New Year's Eve episode. So that should be fun. And I hope to have a couple of special things planned for that. Maybe some more giveaways. And what is going to happen here is that when the show ends, when the last Saturday Night Wine Stream is done, it's not the end of Drink with Rick. It's the end of the Saturday Night Wine Stream. Because the costs and everything like this, and the work involved and doing this is quite a bit, and multi-streaming to 6 platforms. There's a lot involved in that. So the wine stream, the Saturday Night Wine Stream, will end on after the 18th, but Drink with Rick isn't going away, and the website's still going to be there. I'll still be doing some reviews, the wine and the beer reviews and all that, but it will be pre-recorded reviews at that point. There'll be regular videos that reviews that you'll see on YouTube and Rumble and Odyssey and various places like that. So I'll still be there. I'll still be online around doing these reviews. It just won't be with the regular wine stream all the time. Now, what will happen, and I'll give you a little bit of a teaser here. I've got a couple of projects. When this show ends, I've got a couple of new projects. One of them will be a stream, and it will be related to TV shows and movies and stuff. And we're you'll be able to have watch parties and watch some of this stuff. I think that'll be a lot of fun. The other, and I'll give you more information about that as time goes on. And the second one is I'm going to go back to my roots with Super 8 filmmaking, because that was kind of like my first love for the film stuff, and I'm going to be doing a show on Super 8 filmmaking because it has kind of taken off again in some recent years. Actually, it never really died. Super 8 never really went away. It just kind of took on another form and kind of more or less went professional and for the art crowd also, and for aspiring filmmakers. So there is actually a fairly large, surprisingly large Super 8 community out there. And a lot of people are just getting into Super 8 filmmaking that I think I could probably lend some of my experience and expertise with that to kind of help out. So having been doing this since I was a kid, it's exciting stuff, and I'm looking forward to do that. But I'll give everyone the details as we get on closer to the final episode. But that's kind of where things are going with that. So it's going to be, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm really excited about it. Anyway, the final review of the wine. This is what we were drinking tonight. It is Truffaut. Truffaut Cabernet. It's a Cabernet Franc. It's a French wine, and it's a 2022. And I was tasting blackberry and some cherry. I was smelling more cherry in there in the very beginning, but the blackberry kind of took over on the tasting. Still getting it. Blackberry. I think there's one more. Let's see. Yep. Oh yeah, blackberry and cherry mixed, and the pepper's still there. A bit peppery. Pepper's still there. Slightly oaky, medium tannin. A little bit acidic, but not overly so. Medium tannins, and it's actually a fairly. It's not super bold or anything like that. It's kind of medium bodied, and it's kind of a fairly balanced wine, and it's also nicely and has a nice finish to it. It's not super long, but it's not super short. It's just kind of a nice finish. Although I can taste a little bit of the alcohol in the back of the throat at the end. 13.5%. I believe that's what it was. 13.5% ABV. Yes. And I picked mine up for $6.99 from Trader Joe's. So that's the wine there, and I like it. It's pretty good. I'd give this one about 4.2, 4.5 stars, I guess, out of that. Pretty decent. So that's the wine for tonight. Next week we're going to have another wine with Surprise You. I've got another wine here that's I think we're going to open up that one and see how that pairs with some some foods. And I have a holiday ale, a couple holiday ales down here. We're going to try those out. We're going to try out one of them anyway. I don't think we're going to do both of them in one episode. We'll do one of them anyway. Anyway, so that's the final reviews for the night. I want to thank everyone for being here with me. Let's check the chats one more time. Anyone with some final comments here before we go? Island Hayes says, yes, did receive the stand. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Island Hayes. I enjoy it. I hope it serves you well for a long, long time to come. I hope everyone enjoyed time traveling with me tonight. That was fun. And Jaycon, let's see, did I miss anything? Oh, yes, Jaycon says, yeah, the book holder is cool, thanks, and you're quite welcome. I appreciate it. Check on Twitch. Okay, we're good everywhere else. And I want to thank Island Hayes and Jaycon, my lovely wife Chi, and all those who have been watching here who did not get in the chat but were watching. I can see folks, there are folks watching here. And on X, I don't know how to see anybody on X. To be honest, I can see myself there. I don't know. Also on Facebook, my good friend Ed on Facebook. Thank you for being here with me tonight. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And now, as it always is at this time, it is time to bring out the official mascot of Drink with Rick. It is none other than Roadkill Bill. Yeah, Roadkill Bill. And Roadkill Bill has a very special message for all of us. And that message is, please do not drink and drive. Drink in the comfort of your home, your apartment, your hotel room, your dwelling, wherever it is, wherever you are. If you have to go somewhere, call an Uber, Lyft, cab, friend, someone who you trust and has not been drinking, someone who can be a trusted designated driver. Otherwise, just stay where you are. Just stay put. It's not worth it. Also, don't text and drive either, because that's also very, very dangerous. Because I want you to have a great week. But most of all, I want you to have a safe week. So you can join me here again next week for the Saturday Night Wine Stream, and we can all get together and drink with Rick. Good night.